Hello, my friend. Carolyn Cooper here from SimplyAlign with another practitioner from our certified group of SimplyAlign practitioners. And this is Heidi Wade, and she's here to chat with us today. Hey, Heidi.
Aloha.
Okay, that was a great opening. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I live in Hawaii. I live on Oahu, in the North Shore, and I love the energy, the vibe here. I have been married for 40 years, over 40 years now, which is crazy. I have beautiful family, 5 children, 4 who are married. I have 5 grandchildren. All but my youngest lives in the mainland, which is the 48 connecting states. So that's fun. But we get over there often to see them, and they come over here often, so it works out really well. And I'm just grateful to be here today. It's a privilege and a blessing.
Ah, and for me too. So, how did you get started in SimplyAlign? Like, what drew you into this kind of energy stuff?
I love that question. I think my whole life I've been very open to alternative kinds of healing. I grew up with parents that were open. I grew up going to chiropractors instead of doctors and all that stuff. And so I was very open-minded from the get-go. I was big into herbs for healing, and so I was open and ready when a friend said to me after spending some time with her at actually a meeting. I had my youngest there, who was 6 months old, who had tremendous in utero and birth trauma. And I had tremendous trauma from that whole experience. And she just picked up some of the negative energy that he was carrying. And I was walking home from the meeting, and she just pulled up and rolled down her window and said, "I know you don't know me too well. We know each other just briefly, but I did this thing and I picked up this stuff on your son, and I think I might be able to help him." And I said, "I'm totally open. Let's do it." So I went over to her house, and we had an amazing session. And my son, up to that time, had never slept through the night. And that night, he slept through the night. And I had some incredible experiences just in that first session, and I just was hooked. And I kept going, and I took my whole family. I mean, I had a daughter who was going through some really hard things with anorexia, and we just spent several months of intense energy clearing. And I finally said, I'm spending a lot of money here. I want to learn how to do this myself. And she said, "I think I can arrange that. I know my friend Carolyn's having a training coming up." And so I think it was like in 2003 or 4 that I finally did the training. So it's been over 20 years, and I've loved it. So that was how I got into it.
Wow. Yeah, you might have been in my I was teaching in 2004, 2005, but I actually completed all my program and started teaching that in 2006. And I think you were in my first graduates.
Yeah, and I mean, I started with
You might
you
have come to one before. Sorry, didn't mean to
so
talk through you.
no, but yeah, it was a blessing, such a blessing in my whole family's life. And I just loved it. My kids were always, and they were, still all at home at the time. So they were always, "Mom, can you clear me? Mom, can you clear me?" And it just opened up so many great um, connections and avenues for me to stay close to my children too. So, and just our family just had great vibration. I love the vibe. So if the kids were arguing, I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I need to do some clearing. I should have done this earlier." So, and
Nice.
it's great. Yeah.
So what is your favorite type of client or your favorite type of issues over the years? That's been a lot of years, but I
Yeah.
know we love all our clients, but is there any specific challenge that you'd like to help people with?
Well, I feel like I just love I love working with people that are really open-hearted. I feel like I do have the greatest success, and we have the greatest success together when people are very engaged and open-hearted about the work that we're doing and participating in it. So that has been really rewarding for me. And I have had a lot of that. I don't know that I have a special niche, although I love to dive into auras. I've always been really interested in auras. Um, but I guess my niche is just following my intuition. And I mean, you've probably experienced this too, but timelines, finding, not knowing a person and finding, the origin of trauma at a specific age. I'm just doing my thing, doing a timeline, and I say that age, and they're like, oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
is what happened. How did you pull that out? So
Yeah.
I just I love the intuition part of it that just guides us. And I do feel very guided in this work. So
Yeah. And energy speaks. It's just like learning
yes.
a different language. You're just
Yes, and it's not me, it's their energy speaking, and it's just the beautiful thing when I can connect with that human, and we just feel so, what's the word? We feel like I feel like I ascend at the same time my clients are ascending. It's an amazing thing of raising the vibration.
yeah. Nice. Do you have a specific story like that about a client or anything that you want to share?
I've thought about this often, and I have so many amazing experiences from clients. So often, though, the experiences that they have and the changes that they experience are subtle, and they come with time. Other times there are certain very miraculous experiences that have happened, and I feel like those are almost too sacred to share. They are so personal, that I don't feel like I could share those, in an interview with you. But I will just say that I have seen, I will call it, miracles happen in people's lives. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I would say I've seen a lot of amazing miracles happen. And like I said, some are very dramatic and almost instant. And others are subtle. And I'll get a text maybe 3 or 4 days later. You won't believe what happened. And this,
Yeah.
this and this. And I feel so much better. And, makes my day. It's just so awesome. So,
Yeah. Good. Great answer to that too. And we are very, on ethics side of it, it's like, yes, we are very concerned about not like being very confidential about anything that happens in a session. So, and of course, you knew I was just asking in general, any specific like
yes.
topics. I know you know that, but that is good to know too. That yeah, I'm the same way. Sometimes you have things that you're like, that is a very cool little thing. I'm just going to carry in my heart and
Yes.
not have to talk about it.
Yes. And it's, for so many people, it's just the light bulb goes off and it opens a whole new door for them to experience life,
Mhm.
which I just find so thrilling. It's a thrill to do this work. It's a thrill for me.
Oh, I love that you just said that. It's a thrill. So, okay, well, my next question was what advice would you give to someone thinking about coming to the Simply Align training? And you kind of answered it by saying it's a thrill to do the work.
Well, I think the
Anything else?
advice yeah, I would say is just be open. Open your heart, open your mind, open your soul to the possibilities that are within you to bless lives and help others grow. I think some people are scared by the word energy. I mean, definitely they were 20 years ago when I started this,
Yeah.
but it is becoming more mainstream. People are much more open to it and open to all the possibilities that there are to become self-aware and to heal emotionally and even heal physically. I mean, I have seen people totally heal physically. Oh, I just thought of one example I could give that I
Okay.
know this person wouldn't feel bad about.
No names. No
I
names.
won't name the name, but this person had a wart on their foot. They had 2 or 3 warts on their foot for 15 years. They did everything over and over and over again. Nothing. They gave up. We picked it up. We worked through it. And within a week, the 3 warts were gone and never ever came back again. I mean, I know that that's pretty woo-woo, but I have had repeated experiences like that. So if you're afraid to get going in this, just know that there are so many great experiences ahead. And I would say just let go of fear and dive right in. Open your heart, open your soul to the possibilities of blessing lives.
Nice. Well said. Yeah, that's interesting about the warts, well, or anything, because our physical bodies just always want to take care of us. Like they're not working against us, they're working for us. And oftentimes we'll have energetic clutter, I call it. We'll have old emotions and things stuck that, throw things off kilter a little bit. So it's like, let's
Yes.
the energy, get things flowing smoothly so your
Yes.
body can heal like it was created to.
Yes, I totally agree with that. I believe that all physical things, there is some sort of emotional trauma experience root to them. And so much of our life is subconscious. So that we can thank our bodies for all the gifts that they give us and how it manifests to us. So I do
Yeah.
want to just say one thing. So when I said that individual worked on it for 15 years, I mean the traditional route, the doctor, the burning off the warts, that kind of thing. So,
Oh, yeah.
and it was just one session that removed those blocks, removed that trauma, whatever it was, and that's what healed.
Yeah. Good. Great story. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. I knew what you meant, but maybe some listeners wouldn't know that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I
so
think that's one thing I love about this work is, it doesn't take 15 years.
yeah.
I mean, I have clients that come back and we do recurring, when we're working on something, but then they'll go maybe 6 months and want to tune up again. But we're working on stuff and it stays, and that's one thing I love about this work.
Yeah. People often ask, how long does it last? It's like, well, once things are balanced, clear, I mean, we can get out of balance again, but once you release like the lower vibrations, they're gone. They're not going to come back.
Right,
I guess you
right.
pull them back into your life if you really want
Yes.
them. So
Right, right. People say, well, so, they think, though, sometimes they think it's one and done. They're like, okay, well, I'm going to just stay here. I'm like, well, you're a human being, you're living life. So you're going to have other things coming in that, we, all of us need help to release and declare. That's why it's a good thing to stay with it. But it's not needed, like continuously for one thing for forever. I mean, it's just, we just kind of flow with the intuition and we go where it's needed. And so tune-ups are great, but when you're working on a specific problem, it's not going to take, like I said, 15 years. It's going to be able to
yeah.
clear and move forward. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah. Me too. So, so Heidi, how do you stay balanced in your life and aligned?
That is such a great question. I mean, sometimes I feel like, is there really a true balance? I think because we're human, we're always a little bit,
Harmonized, I should say. How do you
dancing.
say
Yes,
harmonized?
harmonized. I love that word. Yes, harmonized and aligned. I love that word too. Um, for me, staying connected to source is the best thing that I feel like I do to stay in that harmony, staying aligned to source, connected. And I do that a lot through breath, um, prayer, meditation, swimming or being in nature really helps me to feel that alignment too. So just all that good stuff. Yoga. I actually get to teach yoga twice a week here on the beach across the street from my house.
Oh,
And yoga is beautiful for me to also stay connected and aligned with the light and the source. So
oh, I'm for sure gonna have to come and visit you.
you are, yes.
So tell us how people can get in touch with you if they want a session with you or want to check you out, other than
Yes,
finding you on the beach teaching yoga.
yes, I would love to have anyone reach out. I have a website at it's Simple Wholeness, SimplyAlign.Weebly.com. And my email and stuff is on there that you can contact me. And I just have one story that I have to share. When you say, how can people get in touch with you? This just popped in my head, and this is the funnest story. It was probably over a year ago. I got an email from an individual that said, I would like to make an appointment with you. And I was actually on vacation, so I didn't respond for a couple of days. Well, then she texted me and said, I really would like to get in touch with you. I tried to email you. I said, oh, I'm so sorry, And anyway, I got to asking her, how did you find out about me? And she said, oh, my HS told me. And I said, what's your HS? And she said, my higher self. I was meditating and the name Heidi Wade just popped into my head that I needed to contact you. And I said, wow. So I don't know. So then she sought me out. She found I did an interview on YouTube with another person a while back, and she found me on YouTube, and we worked together. It was amazing. But I just love that story. I thought, well, you can ask your higher self too. I don't know, but it was just really cute. So then, just so random, she was from Texas. I mean, there's no connection any way, shape, or form. She'd never heard my name in her life. So that was a cool story. So
It's a very cool story.
I know. So I love anyone to reach out. I'm open and love to work with people and help them to just vibrate at their highest possible vibration to reach their highest potential. I think that's my desire.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Any of these practitioners, all of them that I've done interviews with are on our practitioner directory at SimplyAlign.com. You can find Heidi there, or you can go straight to her website, simplewholeness.weebly.com. Did I get that right?
That's perfect. Yes, thank you.
And if you're interested in learning this yourself and taking a training, you can go to simplyalign.com/certify. And there's a whole page there that tells you all about it. And so you can learn all about it and what it would take to be able to work with clients and have people just randomly find you, like that story you just told. Happens every day.
Yeah, no, once in 20 years, but still.
Okay, well, thank you, Heidi. It's been
Thank you
great
so
to talk to
much.
you.
Such a blessing.
Bye.
Thank you. Aloha.